careful with that dome, shorty.
Excuse me?
What's going on? We still out here working on the Chevelle. Let's see. Got this area done. It's the best I can get it. You know, due to the way they cut it up. So it's gonna take some body filler there. Right now I'm working on this rear valence. As you can see, I got a tie-down strap. Everything came out pretty even. What I'm doing is I'm lining it up with this, but it's a little too wide. So came in a little wide. I have to just pull it in a little bit. It's coming out pretty good so far. No complaints about it, but what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna weld this area in right here so we can get that squared away. Then after we get it squared away, I'll have to adjust this portion some. So it's pretty close, it's pretty spot on. You can see if it's off, it's about, see it's off, it's about probably about a ½ an inch if it is off. But it fits pretty good overall. You know, you can see it's kind of on there. It's pretty good. You know, I'm not complaining too much about it, but I think we're good to go. I'm gonna lock it in and weld it in, and then go from there. That'll probably be my final piece I have to put in on the, so I'm not worrying about it too much. I just want to make sure it kind of fits on there, because I don't know how I'm gonna do as far as exhaust and everything like that. So on to the next step. Let me get the welding and grinding, and then we can go from there. One more thing, I did do the door jambs right here. I still haven't grind them down yet, but you can see how much better they look than they did before, you know. So I suggest, you know, people pick up a welder and grinder and do the work themselves. This was a professional body shop that did this work before. You know, you can easily do this stuff yourself, you know, with a lot less time, you know. So you can see, and you don't even have to bead, I didn't have to bead that all the way down, you know. You know, you can kind of dot it in. I still had to grind that down, so that's not the final product, and body fill it. So I suggest you getting a welder, because this was a professional body shop that did this job, and I did a job that's 2 and 3 times that. So let me shut it down and get to work, and I'll check in a little bit. Working on the top of the trunk area. I got this new section. As you can see, along this line, all of it is rusted out. This is supposed to fold over. I tried to tack weld it down because I was going to try to save it, but it's just too bad. I came across this one on OfferUp, so I got it for around 40 bucks. So I said it's a cheap solution to, you know, you can see it's crack right there. I kind of lined it out where it sits currently. It sits currently right there. And I'm gonna have to remove all this area. So I'm gonna remove all this. This is the new panel. This panel, it says that the panels from 68 to 72 are the same. So, and it is pretty accurate. It's this is the panel part number. Like I say, this is a different, these fenders are Auto Metal Direct, but this is CHL Auto Parts. But Auto Metal Direct says made in Taiwan also. So this fender says made in Taiwan, just like this. All the fenders I have, they have different company names, but all of them say made in Taiwan. So hopefully the fitment, they're probably all in the same factory and they putting different stickers on them. But I'm hoping that the fitment is good and everything is good to go with it. So I'm going to get that area out, and then I'll check in with you in a second. I gotta just grind down pretty much and grind down and just prep everything. Then I put the new panel in. After I put the new panel in, then I check in. So give me a second. I get that done and be good to go. So we'll see how it goes. All right, I'm working on the tray above the trunk right now. I'll let you get a good look at it. I'm glad instead of repairing it, I'm replacing it, because it does have a lot of rust under it. So as you can see, I still have to clean it up. It's pretty rusty, so I'm gonna get that cleaned up real good. Try to address the holes in it, but I can get a better angle on it and kind of get it squared away. So give me a second. I'll get that ground down. And after I get it grind it down, I'm gonna put the new one on. I have the new one right here. So when I get that done, check in a little bit. Okay, this is the end result. Package tray. I have the new one. The fitment is pretty good. It's a lot better than the old one. See that package tray. You can see it's pretty good fitment. It has its areas, like I have to straighten out this a little bit, but overall it's a pretty good fitment. I'm gonna work on massaging it and getting it straight, but other than that, it seems pretty good. I don't really have any complaints about it. More of my complaints is that, like I say, when I got the initial work done, this guy chopped everything up. He didn't rivet out any weld points. He just chopped everything, and that kind of screwed me over. So I'm gonna have to massage everything and get it straight. So like I say, I'll get this done, and then I'll see what's going on with it. But other than that, that's the end result of that area under the window, and I'm gonna get this welded in, and I'll check back in after that. All right, I'm working on this rear section below the window, above the trunk. I got it welded in. I'll turn it around so you can see. This is more of a bondo area right here, but I welded it in. I'll slap some body fill over after that. But you can see it came out pretty good. These welds down here, I drilled the hole to tack them in, but I still had to go up underneath that lip and weld some because it wouldn't stick. Other than that, it's good to go. I ground down on this side. I got it welded down on this side also. It's good to go. As you can see, the police helicopter is harassing me as usual. But I got it welded down right here. I got three welds on top because there was 3 on the top of this. And we good to go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to move on to the next area and try to weld the trunk in. This right here, like the corners of that trunk, I got to get that straightened out. I'm gonna try to get that and then go from there. So I'll check in a little bit. Okay, I'm working on the rear of the car still. As you can see, I got it kind of well, try to weld up some of these holes, but like this area, it's a bit much. So that's gonna have to be body fill, Bondo. Same thing with this, I got to redo this line. Cause that was something that was done. Other than that, it came out pretty good. You can see the trunk. Everything is kind of lined up here. Trunk goes down smoothly. On this side, I got the same issue as the other side. I just got to kind of perfect that crease right here and get that going. Other than that, I'm good to go. Next, I think I'm gonna stay on the bumper. So next I'm going to try to fit my bumper in and then do my rear valence down there at the bottom. So I'm gonna get started on that, and then I'll check in with you in a little bit. It's a process, but I'm getting there slowly but surely. I get that bumper on and the valence on, and I'll check in. Peace. All right, I'm working on the rear section still. Got everything lined up, gap here. Everything is going smoothly. You see that gap looks good. The other side, this gap looks good. For these leaves, you have to weld underneath. So that section right there, I don't know if you can see that, but that section right there is gonna hold that leaf on. I cleared it out as much as I possibly. I'm gonna put a couple tacks on it, and I believe I'm gonna have to finish welding that section right there from the inside. But I already did that side, so I'm gonna weld this side, and then I'm gonna go from there. So hopefully it comes out smooth. I'll check in a little bit. All right, I got the trunk kind of settled in here. I had to do some adjustments and everything like that, but right now this is how it's fitting, coming down, and you can see it's pretty straight along that line. I almost got it accurate as possible. On this side, I'm gonna have to do some more adjusting on this side, but you can see my gap looks pretty good. And on this side, same deal. But you can see it came out pretty good. Right now I'm working on the lock mechanism. I'm going to have to remove this lock mechanism section, and I'm going to adjust it because right now it's falling. When the trunk falls, it doesn't fall exactly. It falls to the right here. So this will have to be placed about right there in order for it to lock. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rivet it out and remove this section, and then I'm gonna bolt this in, and then I'm gonna line it up from there. So let me get that removed. Then I'll check in. I'll check in there in a little bit. Other than that, everything is going smooth. A lot of little adjustments, a lot of little hiccups, but other than that, everything is going pretty smooth. So I'm gonna continue on, get that done, and I'll check in with you in a little bit. Peace. Alright, I'm working on the trunk here. You can see I have this 2-minute removal, detail and liquid paint and varnish remover. I got this off of Amazon. So I'm try to, instead of grinding it down, try to see if I can get it a little cleaner with the removal. We'll see how it goes. This is the before, so I'll check in after, see how it goes. Here's how it looks after. This is the second coat. I already scraped off the first coat, so here's how it looks. I'm gonna scrape off this second coat, and then I'm going to see how it looks from there. I might need a third pass, but that's after 2. You kind of see, comes up pretty smooth, but it didn't peel off. I thought it would only need 1 coat, but this is the second one, so I'm gonna scrape this off and then see how it goes. Got everything welded in here, as you can see. Got that little spot, got that. It's kind of rough on the welding, but overall it came out pretty good. I'm gonna get the grinder and I'm gonna grind it down some, and I'll check back in with the final product. All right, this is my end result. I put some prime on top of it because I've been putting prime on top of all my wheels. Everything is kind of being rusting over. You can see my car was out in the rain. I got a little rust along this edge, but I'm gonna clean that up. But that's the end result. This patch, that was my last patch for the floor. As you can see, all my other holes are good to go. And no other holes. I just got to clean it up real good. So I got to get this area next, which I think I might just flush that out, just square it out. But that's about it. Next, I'll be working on, I shaved the drip rails. So I'm working on that drip rail, that side, and then the passenger side. But that's all for today. Catch you next time. Working on the pillar here today. You can see I shaved the drip rails. I got little areas where I niched in it. So I'm gonna weld that together, then grind it down real good, and also got a little niche right there. So before I body fill it, I'm gonna weld that, and then I got a hole right here that I got to get, and a little hole right there and everything. So I'm gonna get that done, and then I'll check in a little bit. Got it all welded in here. I got that line welded, and got the little parts welded here. So I'm gonna grind it down and go from there. All right, this is my final product of this side. Looks pretty good. It looked good once I put body filler on it, but we'll get there. You can see, ground it down real good. On that side too, came out pretty good. Body filler, lock it in. I got this little spot right here. Next, I'm gonna work on. I don't really have to work on this area, but I do need to pull it in some because I need to pull it so it's even with that fender, so I can smooth it out with body filler in that area. So I'll get that done and then go from there. Oh shit! All right, I'm working on the trunk here. As you can see, I slid a line on the fender side. So I'm doing this so I can get the trunk back aligned and good to go, because my gaps are a little large on this side. You can see the difference. And I'm gonna do a slit on this side also, and I'm gonna line that up also. So I got everything squared away. Of course, it rained the other day and my trunk got messed up, so I'm gonna have to re-sand that down and push it inside. But that slit, that's what's gonna get me. I'm using a hammer. As you can see, you can kind of see right there where I've pushed it in some. So I'm gonna push that in, and then I'll fill it in and then go from there. So that's it. All right, here's the gap. And I tacked it in. I'm gonna weld on top of that. So I'm gonna weld down the line right here, all the way down, closing that gap, and I grind over it. Other than that, it's coming out pretty good. I'm trying not to warp the metal, so I'll be tacking from here, then probably here, then just moving around so it don't warp the metal. Other than that, it's coming out pretty good. The gaps I used, this is what I used to do my gaps. So what I did is I got this piece of metal right here, and I placed it inside of that gap. Just like this, like so. So you can see it kind of slides. Had to force it a little bit, but it slides all the way down in there. So it's gapped pretty decently. And same thing with this side, the same thing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna weld it, and I'll go from there. It's coming out pretty good. Taking my time with it, you know, one step at a time. But other than that, you know, it's progress. So I'll check in. I'll give you another update after I finish the tacking this in and covering that area up that it opened up, and then I'll go from there. So see you in a little bit. All right, still working on the gaps for the trunk. I'm gonna turn the camera around real quick so you can see. See, I welded that. This is how the other side came out, so it came out pretty good. You kind of see it, you know. I grinded it down real good. But you can see, you know, I just widened out that lip. Every fender is different, every car is different, so you know, you have to adjust And I'm gonna get this grinded down and then go from there. I'll check back in a little bit on the next video. All right, this is my final end result.
Toasty!
That's my final end result.
Toasty!
You see on this side,
Toasty!
the gap is flush. I got the nip right here, which what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just get the grinder, the cutoff wheel, and I just cut a line down that, then that'll straighten that one out. And then on this side, it's more or less the trunk. So you can see the gap came out good. The gap came out fine, but my trunk is bowed up like right here. So I'm gonna have to pull it out and straighten up that trunk just a little bit right there. And after I straighten that up, but other than that, it came out good. I'm just press on. I had to get this trunk back grinded down because it rusted over a little bit. Got a little surface rust on it. And I prime it and go from there. So I'm gonna touch it up with some primer so I don't have more rust issues. Cause I'm working outside, you can see. So I'll prime those areas down. Came out good. On to the next event.
Toasty!
Milton, memory serves, you're always partial to the Chevelle, yes?